Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and another fascinating Sudoku puzzle to do today. Now, it was Pi Day a week or so ago, which was 3/14 in the American notation, the 14th of March. We did a puzzle themed on Pi for that day, but we were sent another one. I think we may have done another puzzle by Ard on that day or very near it as well. But Ard had also sent us this Pi theme puzzle, and you can see the character of Pi in the grid, which is beautiful. We'll look at that in a moment. Do check out all the stuff we have on links under the video. We have got apps, we have got merchandise, we've got the Discord server, we've got our Patreon, where we always have contests every month and extra content as well. Loads of stuff there, crossword content, all sorts of Sudoku content. There's so much to do and engage with the channel, and we are very grateful to everybody who supports us in any way or engages with us or likes or subscribes. Thank you for doing all of that. It really is helpful. Now, this puzzle, not only does it have the symbol of Pi in the grid, but of course it has 3.14 in the middle as well. Not sure of the relevance of these other numbers. They may well be there, but Ard is kind enough to put givens in most of his puzzles to help us get started, he says. I mean, they don't help that much. That's not necessarily what they're there for. But anyway, let's have a look at the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Cells separated by a knight's move in chess cannot contain the same digit. So we won't see another 4 in the cells that are a knight's move away from that one, which are all of these, for instance. Adjacent digits on the grey line must differ by at least 3. Now, you may be familiar with the German whispers, which we normally give a green line to, but this means that any two cells connected next to each other on the grey line, so those two or those two, for instance, can't have a difference of 2 or 1 or 0. So this cell must be, I suppose, 1 if this is going lower, or 7 or 9 if it's going higher. It could have been 8, but that's ruled out. So there are clearly some restrictions there, but not half as many as the German whispers, which has a difference of 5, or even Dutch whispers, which was another creation of Ard's, which has a difference of 4. So yeah, I don't suspect we're going to find this puzzle as easy as Pi. But who knows? Ard's puzzles do have a way of resolving themselves very neatly, and it's no surprise that one of Ard's was our most popular video ever, with over 8 million views now. Let's hope for the same for this one. But I don't know how long this might take. 20 or 25 minutes might be normal for an Ard puzzle. Let's hope. We'll see. You'll be able to tell from the length of the video if I have misguessed that. But I am going to start now. Do try it on the link below the video if you want to before watching my solve. But I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. And let us look at... Well, let's look at the knight's move, actually. This 4 sees those cells, and this 4 sees those ones. 4 can't go in that cell either because there's an 8 in it. This 4 down here also sees that cell by knight's move. So actually we get 4 restricted to one of those 2 and then one of these 2. And in this box, it can't be in any of those either for the same sorts of reason. So we get 4 down to there. So over in box 4, it must be in one of those 3. Oh, actually, that's quite interesting down here. This is a little knight's move trick that's worth knowing. Once you have 4 restricted to those 2 cells, they both see these 2 cells. Now, what am I talking about? Well, I'm saying that you can't put a 4 in either of these 2 cells because they'd either be a 4 here, which sees them both, 1 by knight's move, or there's a 4 here, which sees them both, 1 by knight's move. So if there's no 4 there and there's no 4 here, 4 is in one of these 4 cells, but it's not in any of these cells now by what we've learned elsewhere. So in row 7, it must be over here somewhere, which isn't maybe that thrilling, but is a bit surprising. So anyway, that was probably by nature of an excursion into 4s. Let's try and use the the difference of 3 rule. So here, right, these can't be 1s because there's a 1 already in the box. So they have to be higher than 4. They have to be from 7, 8, or 9. 6 in the box has to be in one of these two cells right next to 3. Oh, and 2 and 5 can't be in these cells either. Right, 2 and 5 are a pair there. 2 and 5 are too close to 3. So these are from 6, 7, 8, 9. They definitely include a 6. So we've got a 2, 5 pair here. This cell, it can see that 2, 5 pair. Lots of the given digits. It's either 3 or 7. One of those is quite low and one's quite high. They're quite restrictive, both of them. Let's just look at these others. This one sees 2, 1, 5, 6, and 8, but it also sees 3 and 4 by Knight's Move. So this is 7 or 9. They're a bit less helpful down here. They don't get reached by Knight's Moves. But again, they're from 3, 4, 7, and 9. And what's that telling us? Maybe if this is a 7 and this is a 9, have we got enough low cells? If that was a 7, what's next to it? Can't be 8, 9, 6, or 5, or 4. So those would be from 1, 2, and 3. And this would become a 9. I suppose that can have 4, 5, and 6 as well. It's not as helpful as I was hoping. Right. What else have we got going on then? Not much. What can be next to the 4? Because that was actually quite interesting in the rules introduction. This, I think I said, can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, or 8. So that's 1, 7, or 9. This can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 9. Oh, and 8 by Knight's Move. That's 1 or 7. Oh, now that's getting interesting. Right. If this was a 7, what happens here? This goes down. Can't be 9, 8, 7, 6, or 5, or 4. That would be 3, 2, or 1. And that would make 3 impossible here, but 7 would also be impossible. So this can't be a 7. That is really pretty. So that's a 1. This one's high. If we can get on some rolls, we could maybe go high, low along the line, but I don't know. Now, what I'm suggesting there is, how can this be a 7? I don't think it can. For this to be a 7, you'd need a 4 in between as the only number that's both 3 away from 7 and 1. And we can't have a 4, so that's a 3. So let's take 3 out of those cells. Let's try and tidy up as we go along. Now, this has to be 3 higher than 3, but it can't be 8 or 9. So it's 6 or 7. Same is true here, is it? Yeah, it is. That is 6, 7. So that's a 6, 7 pair. Have I got something wrong there? No, it can't be 2 or 5. That's right. So a 6, 7 pair in the box. This becomes a 9. Suddenly we are getting some stuff done, which felt a long way away a moment ago. So 8, 3, 9, 6, 7. These can't be 4, so they are from 1, 2, or 5. This one can't be a 1 because it sees that by Knight's Move. Low, I mean high there, low here, high there, that's fine. This can't be a 1 either. Now, along this row, we've got 2, 5, and 8 to put in. This can't be an 8 because it's next to a 9. Oh, it can't be a 5 because it's next to a 6 or 7. So that's a 2. Then we've got a 5, 8 pair at the ends, but this can't be 8 because it's next to 7 or 9. And once it's 5, that can't be 7, and that's 9. This is a pretty puzzle. That's so clever. Right, what can 5 be next to? Can't be 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. We've used up 9 and 1 in the box. That is 2 or 3. And what's that next to? I suppose 6, 7, or 8, all possible in the box. Bother. Now, if that was a 2, we would get 5, 4... yeah, doesn't do anything above. 8 is definitely in one of these two cells. These are from, oh no, they could be 2. Oh, this sees the 3. This sees 3, 8, 9, 1, 4, 5. That is 2, 6, or 7. It's definitely better to get digits on the line though, and keep remembering the knight's move. I mean, I have been remembering it so far, I think, but there's always a danger I'll suddenly forget it if I focus too hard on the line. Now, hang on, let's have a look down the columns. We've got 3 big numbers already down here. This can't be a big number. It's tricky because pi keeps curving away at the ends of every line. If it went all the way down one row or column, it would be very useful. Now this is going to be low. Can't be 9, 8 or 7. Can't be 2. I don't know. 1, 3, 4, 5 or 6. That still allows this to be 4, irritatingly. Those positions for 4 rule 4 out of those cells, which I hadn't noticed before. Probably doesn't help. I don't really feel like pencil marking that. Oh, there's a 6 in one of these two, so we've actually got 7 and 6 sorted out. Sorry if you've been shouting that at me. So 7 is not in those two and is definitely in these two. Ooh, 4. Oh, 4, 7 pair there now rules 4 out of these two cells. So 4 is definitely in those two, not here. We can write in 4 in row 6. Okay, that doesn't do much else. But what can 4 not be next to? Can't be next to 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Or 1 here. So this is big, 7, 8, 9. So this can't be large and it can't be 4. Oh, it also sees 6, 1, 4, 9. And it can't be 3, 5 either. Or 2. What? No, hang on. I'm going to get what this is. It can't... Oh, sorry. I was trying to say... Why did I say it couldn't be 3, 5 or 2? Because I thought it was next to 4. That's nonsense. Okay, it's next to 7, 8 or 9. So it can't be 7, 8 or 9. It also can't be 6, 1 or 4. Oh, bother. So it's 2, 3 or 5. If it was 5, it would have to be next to 8 and 9 out of these candidates. I suppose that's possible. Feels unlikely, but it is possible. Right, come on then. What else have we got going on? We've got 2 big ones down here. I keep looking at that. It's not doing anything for me yet. 1, 4, 5, 9. That can't be 8. 8 is definitely in one of these two cells. That means this can't be 8. It also can't be 7, given where 7's placed there. So although it's not on a line, it is a little restricted. And whatever it is can't be in any of those cells. That doesn't actually rule out any of the candidates that we put in there. Right, let's have a look at this cell on the other side. No, it's not. Let's look on the line instead. This sees the 2, 5 pair and 3, 1, 4. So this is a big number. 6, 7, 8 or 9 there. And this sees 8, 9, 2. I'm looking at this cell. So it sees 8, 9, 2, 3. That's not enough. Oh, this sees 8 and 9. Well, that's getting interesting. I mean, that leaves a lot of possibilities that I don't think actually can be ruled out, but they're all quite low. So these two are both digits under 8. Does that mean one of them has to be a bit high? What about this? This can't be 8, 9, 2 or 7. So again, that's quite low. Why did I say this? Oh, this can't be 7 because it's touching a 9 on the line. Yes, okay. That's true. This is high. Surely we're going to go low, high. Yeah, low. That does work okay. But how are these three going to work now? Suppose these two could be both quite low, and that could be one of the higher possibilities there. I don't think I'm looking at the right things here. 3, 1, 4, 6, 9, 2, 5, 7, or 8. No, I need to find some other mode of attack here that I haven't really got hold of yet. Oh, come on, Mark. Think about it. This one can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1. This is high as well. 3 pseudo high ones there. This can't be high because it can't be 7, 8, or 9 once that is 7, 8, or 9. It also can't be 1, 4, or 6. So that is 2, 3, or 5. So again, I'm nearly forming an interesting restriction. This can't be 6, 4, 7, or 1. And it can't be 7, 8, or 9 either because it's next to those. So that again is 2, 3, or 5. Some odd groups of digits. So if that's 2, 3, or 5, this can't be 6, 4, 7. Now it can't be 3 either because it would be too close. But there's a lot of extreme digits that are possible there. 6, 4. So 3 in this column can't be in any of those because we've got those 2 3s. So 3 is definitely in one of these two places. That means this can't be a 3 or 4 or 7 or 1. Oh, this is becoming a horrible pencil mark exercise. Sorry, Simon is probably laughing at me as he watches this. But something might pop out as a result. Maybe I'm not thinking hard enough about this 6, 7, 8, 9 quad. One of these is 4 or 5. Now, if that's 5, this can't be 7. That would place 7. If that's 4, this can't be 6, and that would place 6. So one of these two at least is 6 or 7. If that was 7, it would reach this cell. So maybe that's the way to look at it. If this is 5, you get 7 here, 4 here. Maybe it's not. 9, this is less. Oh, come on, there's some way through here. What am I not seeing? These can't be 1 or 2. If I could get 6 out of this cell, then they couldn't be 7, 8, or 9 either, and that would be a bit more restricted. If that was 4, no, what was I thinking? I was thinking if that was 4, that would have to be 4. Because it couldn't be 4 here anymore. So if that was 4, this would be 4. Then you'd have to have a 4 in one of these positions. I can't quite see a way through this. Maybe you need to think about, yeah, 8's definitely one of those two cells. Where's 7 in this row? It's either there or again in one of those two. Seven here, what does that do? Makes that fairly easy to do. A low digit here makes that a bit harder. If this was what? 3. That, oh, well, it can't be 3. Maybe that's the thing. 2, 9, 8, 3, it can't be. It can't be 4 because that's in one of those two positions. So this is 1, 5, 6 or 7. Now these, surely these are getting hard to accommodate together. If that was 1, this would be 4, 5 or 6. Ah, goodness. Ard, you are foxing me here. Thought I'd been making good progress, and now it's ground to a juddering halt. 3 in this column is confined to those 2 cells, which is quite interesting. It removes a 3 possibility from either of those, so this can't be 3. But that's not really in an exciting place that's helping at the moment. I just need to figure out this bit of the line, surely, and then we're away. Maybe it's to do with the 2s and 5s. These are high. Come on, Mark, think of something useful. None of these can be 6 because of where that 6 is. That doesn't help. Also, what doesn't help is the drilling next door, which is highly irritating as always. 2 and 5. 6 being in one of those 2 positions. No, I just can't see what I'm meant to be seeing here. It's about the lines, isn't it? Oh, look, 5 to that. How can I have left a 3 there forever? It's so clear now. That's a 2. So that's a 5. That's a 4. Now we've got a 1, 2 pair up there. Now, none of these are 5s or 4s. So, I was going to say, does one of these have to be a 1? I don't think that's quite the case yet. But 4 and 5. 4 is up here in one of these 2, and definitely not there. 5's in one of those 3. That's not a 2 anymore. These aren't on the line. Ooh. If that's not a 3, one of these has to be a 3, and then things get a bit harder here. And these are going to be different. So if those were 1 and 6, what could you possibly put in here? That's really interesting, actually. If this was a 1-6 pair, there is no number that goes in here that is 3 away from both of them. So that's not a 1-6 pair. Is that right? That is right. Actually, I think that works for 3 and 6 as well. If you were to put 3 and 6 in these 2, there's no number you can put in here that is 3 away from both. So this can't have a 6 in. This is a 1-3 pair. This number is higher than 5, therefore. It is 6 or 7. It's certainly not 4. That's a 1-3 pair, so this isn't a 1. This is 6 or 7, and has to be different from that because their knights move apart. So that's an intriguing 6-7 pair, which both see this cell and this cell. Well, they both see that one as well, so that's not 6 or 7. But they both see this, which therefore can't be 6, 7, or 9, 2, or 1, and is 3, 4, 5, or 8. But it has to be 3 away from 6 or 7, so it can't be 8 or 5. So that's 3 or 4. Don't think that quite resolves this. Oh, that's really interesting, though. Now, this has to be 3 away from both 6 and 7. Yeah, that's fine. That is a 1-3 pair. 4, 5. So one of 6 or 7 has to be up here. That sees both of those two as well in a different way. So that is 4 or 5. 7 sees that cell. Oh, that's nearly a complete breakthrough here, surely. Now, 4, this can't be 6. So, oh, and this can't be 7 as well. Both of those things that we observed earlier are definitely fixed now. So 6 and 7 are down at the bottom of box 5. There they are. This can't be 5 now. It's 3 or 2. 6, 5, 4, 7. This now can't be 1 or 2 as a result of that. Can't be 5 because of the 5 we've put here. That is 8 or 9. Now this can't be 8 or 9. Ah, it's so weird how this restriction keeps doing a bit more work. Now, 2, 5 or 6 there. 2, 3 or 5 there. Let's think about this cell. It could be a 1 if that was a 5, 6 pair. Maybe it's not that helpful. I don't think it can be anything middling, because one of those is from, I suppose, no, that could be a 2, 3 pair. Oh, okay, one of these two is 9 in the column, so that's not 9, or 2 now. That is 5 or 6. What about this? Has this lost any powers? Not really. 5, yes, it could be a 5 if that was an 8. 8 and 9. Come on, I'm probably just missing things all the time now. That just feels like the sort of puzzle this is, I'm afraid. Just easy to miss stuff in. So 1, 3 there. What about that? They both look at those two cells. 2 looks at those two cells. So 2 in this row is definitely in one of those. 3 is in one of those two, but then they're only looking at that. They're not really looking at anything else individual. Oh no, look, there's a 3 pair there, so 3 goes up here. Right, 9, 3, 1, 2. These are from 4, 5, 6 and 7 up here, which I probably knew anyway. That can't be 7. 4, 5, 6. So one of these two is a 7 for the box. This is low because 8 or 9 is high. It sees 6, 7 and 1 and 4 and 2. Oh, so it's 3 or 5. Can't be any higher because it would bump into that. So 3 or 5 there. This one can't be 3 or 2 or 6 or 4 now because of that. It's not. It's difficult, isn't it? This can't be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 3 or 1. Wow, that's down to 2 or 9. 4, 7, 6, 2, 3, 8, 9. If it was a 9, that would be an 8. So would that be the same? It's not going to become a colouring puzzle suddenly. I don't think it is. That 6, 7 pair. It's probably going to be about finding little nighty pairs, or just maybe just picking up stuff that I should be able to get because it's been available for ages. Right, 4 and 7 can't be in those cells. Oh, this can't be 4. So where does 4 go in the column? It can't be 4 because of that. So 4 in the column is now here. So that makes this a 7 and this one a 6. That can't be 7. Doesn't fix anything up there. This can't be 7. In fact, 7 in this box is done. This is a 6, 8 pair down below. They both see that cell, so that becomes a 5. This can't be 5 now. 2 or 8 here. That can't be 5. 2 or 3 there. So is the only place for 5? Oh, it's down in one of these 2 cells. Oh, this can't be, these can't be 7. That's an 8-9 pair. So 6 there, 8 there. 6 is not possible here. Now that's interesting. One of these is a 5 and the other one is 2 or 3. So what can this be? Can't be 3, 4, 2, 5. Can't be 6 or 7 now. Can't be 1 because one of those is 2 or 3. So that is 8 or 9, which makes a pair with that. So where else can 8 and 9 not go? Here, but we knew that. It's a really interesting puzzle, but it is not easy. I am here to tell you. Spotting these relationships. Look, there's an 8-9 pair. A little easier to spot. I mean, the pencil marking really should help a bit. We get a 2 down in one of those 2 cells. This is 7 and 6 to finish the row 5. Then we can do a 6 here. Maybe just ordinary Sudoku. We get a 6 on one of those 2, which is surely going to be helpful if we get to this line part. Now, 5 is in one of those. And one of these is a 5 as well. So definitely 5s are confined here. So one of these 3 is a 5. Can't be here because it would be next to a 3. So that's become a 4-5 pair, strangely. I don't see any individual cell. 4-5 pair in column 1. 4, 5, 8, 6, 7, 2. So this is 1, 3 or 9. It's not helpful. Honestly, when I find a pair, I want it to be doing something really useful. Right, 6, 4 and an 8-9 pair. This also sees 5, 2 and 1 and 3. That is a naked 7. You cheeky 7. This sees 5, but that's about all. 7, there's a 7 here somewhere. That 7 has reached down to see that cell. Right. So then we get a 7 here, and we can finish off 7s there. The 4 prefixes a 4 here. It doesn't reach there. That can't be a 4 anymore. No, 4s, I don't know. Little X-wing of 4s still to resolve. This can't be within 8 or 9, no. 1, 8 and 9 are cells I still have to place in the column. 1, 2 and 3 are cells in this column. That's quite interesting. 1, 2 and 3, they all see this cell, which therefore can't be a 1. That's a 1, 2, 3 triple in the final column, all seeing that. So the 1 in this column becomes here, not there. That's quite an interesting relationship. Now, 2 or 5. This line really isn't very interesting to me anymore. This can still be 2 or 9. That's definitely true. Am I colouring these? Let's colour 8s and 9s. I'm going to do it. Red there. This is different. So that's yellow. That's red. That's red. 3 reds in a line. That's yellow. That's yellow. That's red. There's quite a lot to colour. That's red again. This one I don't know. Did any of these see any of the 8s or 9s I have got? No. Maddeningly no. Do any of them rule out any cell from being... Yes, those can't be 8s or 9s because they see yellow and red. So that is 8 or 9 and is yellow and is not where 5 goes, therefore. 5 must go here. This must be a 1 actually. Maybe I should have been looking for 1s in this box earlier. 2 and 1 at the top. That 2 makes this a 3. This has become a 2 because of the 8-9 pair. Wow, so that 8-9ing stuff was actually incredibly helpful. So this is also where yellow goes in row 7. That is 8 or 9. Red must be in one of those two. Do I not know which of these is 6? 5, 7, 1, 2, 4. Ah, what does 6 go with here? It could go with 3 or with red 8, 9. I've got an 8, 9 pair in this column. I need a 1 in one of these two cells. That's got to be there. That's not... Ah, well, it means that can't be a 3 at least. Which doesn't quite finish anything off. 4, 5, 7, 1. So the 2 has to be here. 2, 7, 1, 4, 5. 9, 8, 3, and 6 to go in the box. That one is 3 or 9. It sees 6 and 8. Now I had a 4, 5 pair. So I'm left with a 1, 3, 9 pair. Ah, and the 9 in this column has to be in one of those two cells. And they both see this yellow cell. So that finally fixes yellow as 8, red as 9. Beautiful. I mean, that's so neat. That's classic art all over. Now, got 3 and 6 must be a pair there because they both see 9. This becomes 9. That's not. 1 can't be next to 3 on the line, and that's how we're going to finish the puzzle, with that observation alone, I suspect. Mind you, I've got an intriguing 4-5 deadly pattern. 5 sees the 4 on the knight's move. Okay, that's resolved. 3 sees both of those cells, so that becomes 3. 1 there, 3 there. Now, 1 and 8. Yes, there's an 8 looking at it. It's always a knight's move. Oh, there was a regular move as well. 2 and 5 sorted. Now we're going to finish off with a 3, 2 and 1 and 3 and a 5. And that is the solution to Ard's very beautiful pie puzzle. What a contribution to the genre. Sorry we didn't do it on the day, but delighted to have caught up with it now. Couldn't have been much more wrong on my guess about the time. That was quite tough, but very enjoyable. Excellent puzzle by Ard. Thank you very much for watching, as always, on the channel. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.